This is probably the most intense time of your life. And the reason is because the time that you've been waiting for your entire life is now. And we're going to discuss why it is so intense, why these weird and strange signs that are happening in your life are happening, because this is the biggest and most massive timeline shift. If you're on this today, moving forward with your life, you have to understand the inner world and the outer world. And in today's lesson, I will be breaking this lesson in half today. The first half of the lesson, I will be breaking down the symptoms that each and every one of us are feeling. And those symptoms are going to be connected to your lower chakra region. So you're dealing with your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. And the main reason that we're going to discuss today is these are the connections to the societal systems that are collapsing before our very eyes. So there is actually a correlation. That's how you have been controlled for so many years. And a lot of it is going to come from the solar plexus. So we're going to really be breaking down all of that today and the dismantling of the glitches that you see in the timeline. So over the past few days, it's not a coincidence that I am experiencing these things. So I'm going to speak about my everyday life. And then through that, you could use that as a sign, right? It's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity. And then you could look upon your life and maybe you are seeing these very strange things. I had a strange day. A strange couple of days it's been, but it's a total dismantle. There's chaos. So like you're literally witnessing things. I know it's a lot to handle. When things don't make sense, when things are popping up and disappearing from your literal actual timeline, and anyone that is new, and you say this kind of seems interesting, review the Mandela effect. This is truthful quantum shifting at its finest, and this is going to be one of our finest lessons we've ever given to the world. So I'm very grateful. So many people I know personally are also, how you doing, feeling these intense ascension symptoms. Very grateful if you click the like button to push this information forward. All right, so it is very intense. So the intensity you're going to feel in your body, and it is an intense feeling to you, the person that is observing your reality, and you're saying, this is weird, this is strange, this doesn't make sense. How can this be even real? Are you witnessing events happen in your life? You could raise your hand. You say, how is this even real? All right, so we're going to break this all down to a fine powder today. If you see me for the first time, today is a tremendous day to see how this all plays out. So the symptoms that you're experiencing. So you're dealing with symptoms in the stomach, sacral, and root, right? So most of this is really, we feel it a lot in our stomach. What are the beliefs? The programs of society, right? The programs of survival. So especially in a post-2020 world, you know, we had a lot of programs of survival. We've been operating and functioning out of the programs of survival. It has been the foundation of life for the collective of humanity. So that's why, you know, what you're feeling right now, you're dealing with a lot of the root, your base. So your lower back, you could be experiencing a lot of pain there. All right. Your sacral. All right. That is your creative energy, your creative juices, and your solar plexus. All right. And the digestion has been very rough, and really embrace the healing yellows at this time. What is happening? You're clearing stories that you've told yourself for your entire life. The stories that you tell yourself are actual programs in the subconscious. And the experiences that you've had, maybe you've had experiences. Maybe you're actually a loving girl, right? You're really not a bad person, but you've been hurt in the past. The experiences of your past relationships, they might have to go. Maybe you're a successful man, but throughout all this crazy stuff that you've experienced, and maybe you were done wrong at a job, and you haven't been experiencing abundance. You've been experiencing lack, and the experiences that you've had in the previous seasons of your life, they are being cleared away right now. Along with that, you are dealing with the clearing from the family lineage, right? And I share about the truth about your DNA, right? So, some people just think your DNA is just about, what color hair you have and the skin and the height and all this other stuff, right? But it goes beyond that. And the information that has been passed down in your family lineage, you are clearing that. So you're actually clearing stuff maybe for your grandfather. Maybe our grandfathers, we lived in a time and maybe it was a struggle. And at the end of this lesson, you're going to see the result. I'm going to give you the overall result of the lesson as we are going through all of the clearing and removing, because in order for us to go forward, and anyone that's hearing this for the first time, right? So we are literally going to see out in the world and then in your personal life, these weird and strange things. They are a result of the clearing of the inner world. So I know you probably feel exhausted. I share with the community, I'm up early and I have an alarm set. That is my hard line to get up to be on the world famous podcast. It's good to see you. Got work to do in the morning, in the rising. Okay. And and sometimes I beat the alarm, and sometimes I have to rely on it, and I can't get up. So today was one of those risings, right, where you didn't want to maybe get up because the amount of energy of the clearing, all these things that are happening, right, it is exhausting and taxing to the body. Why is this happening? Your physical vessel holds consciousness. So you're actually holding a lot in your cells, the traumas. I know there's more and more people that are waking up to this. So a lot of the symptoms that you feel in life, the pains, this is a result of what you are storing we store a lot in the solar plexus. We also store a lot in our fascia. Okay, so if anyone is familiar with that very special muscle that's all over our body, a lot of these things must come up and the pains must be released. So the main symptom that a lot of us are feeling right now is digestion is off. It's a struggle maybe even to eat. There's a lot of pain and discomfort in your stomach, which is your solar plexus region. And if you agree with this, you could write it in the comments, as we're a community and it assists others throughout this process. Know that we are going through a window. So, some people might feel these symptoms a day prior. All right. Some people a day later. There's no right or wrong to this, but this is a clearing and a shift that all of humanity is going through. So this message is going to help us. Okay. Fit Brit is feeling it right now. Caroline is feeling it. We are live on the air. Okay. So share this with the community so they know that you're not going crazy. Yesterday's lesson. Okay. If you missed yesterday's, you check it out. You're not going crazy. This is literally happening right now. So the pain that you feel, the discomfort that you feel is clearing. What is it clearing? The feeling of not feeling safe. And I'll raise my own hand. It's been a crazy world in a post-2020. And then you actually go out in the world and you're a loving person and you see these people and they're acting very strange. So you feel not safe. You feel the need to protect yourself. And this is rooted in the solar plexus. In order for you to actually experience truthful love and relationship, if you are actually going to experience truthful abundance, you cannot live in that frequency of not feeling safe or a need to protect yourself. That was actually a very important, pivotal lesson in yesterday's podcast. The feeling that you need to protect yourself, and that's also, right, we tend to naturally store that stuff in the midsection. We're trying to protect ourselves, and that hormonal change, the cortisol, when it goes through the roof. I share this with a lot of people, and if you want to improve your health and wellness, you could click subscribe, and I teach the real aspects of the body. All right, so you will go out in the world, and I've done full videos on this. All right, and it's not about fat burners to have a flat stomach, but what you want to do is get rid of all the cortisol. A lot of these things are the traumas that are building up. And I share, if you are on an authentic journey, I could see this within myself. I could literally see my solar plexus expanding and contracting. And deep within, viscerally, the traumas, they must be released. So I could see the stomach swelling up. You could have the shift and the purge and the clearing, right? So if you have this, what is the energy called? The need to protect yourself. If you don't release this, you will never attract love. You'll never have a loving experience. You will, and so that's the representation of walls, not boundaries. They must be cleared. And then you open up yourself. If you're living in lack, I have to protect myself, hold on to all the finances. That need to protect yourself has to be cleared. Again, the survival, the anxiety, which we hold in the solar plexus. What is anxiety? Is fear of the future. A lot of people are fearing that they can't pay the bills. Look at what's going on in the world, right? I drive through Clown World every day, right? For the Facebook community, it's the gas station. Went up 20 cents again. Clown World is going on. What a clown world it is. Right? So we feel these things. Right? So you could look at, I'm using an everyday life experience, right? Sylvia likes that, all right? You could see these things. And so like the feeling that you get in your solar plexus every day, you're driving through Clown World, and there's the price of gas. It's going up again. It's going up again. How does that make you feel in your solar plexus? You have anxiety, fear of the future. When is it going to stop going up? When are the prices going to stop going up? So that's a real life example of what people are feeling. So there has to be, it must happen. Again, the inner world must shift finally for your outer world to match. There is a dismantling of the system. The dismantling of the system that's literally connected through frequency in your solar plexus. You are releasing the disconnected. You feel disconnected. You're feeling the lack of trust. We all do. We saw a lot, in a post-2020 world. And that was the main idea of those lockdowns and getting us to really see who's who, what's going on. I have a full video. I recently shared that podcast. Okay. So you're feeling that lack of trust that must be ripped out of the body, that lack of trust frequency that is held in your solar plexus. The society, the world, the systems, the programs of the NPCs around the water cooler that try to tell you how to live your life, and especially on the TV. I saw it on TV. It's gotta be real. I gotta live this way because the TV told me how to live. Wake up. Click like today. Cosmic Dreams. Wow. So grateful for that super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Good morning, Brother Mike. Thank you for being here. We love and appreciate you. I'm so grateful. Cosmic Dreams, thank you for that. It's my honor to be here every single day, 9 a.m. Eastern. Click subscribe, okay? So there is a dismantling. There is a clearing that is happening. The main place is the solar plexus. Your lower. So when you go out into spirituality, everyone just thinks, oh, it's the third eye and this and that. But you need to have, you cannot disregard these lower chakra regions. It's actually, if you go back on my channel page, great to see in YouTube studio, the people that dive into all the world famous videos I have waiting for you. And one of my earliest videos is how you are controlled through the lower chakras, and that's your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root, okay? And it lasts the test of time. And that must be, there has to be a total overhaul. There's a total overhaul that's happening in the body, and wait, don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you real life evidence. I'm seeing it in my life. I'm seeing it in my life. So how to live was dictated to you. How to live your everyday life. How to connect with others. Wow. And we really seen this. And the TV is telling you how to, instead of connecting to others through frequency, through love, compassion, you are taught to connect to others through labels or judgment and expectations, which are actually lower vibrations that drop your internal frequency. So what we need to do is now, how am I living? Am I living from the heart space? Am I living safe? I feel comfortable. How am I connecting with other people? Do I have walls up? Am I connecting because of what they got for me? That's called transactional love, not unconditional love. Not unconditional love. Hope everyone writes unconditional love. Could you imagine finally to experience truthful unconditional love? I know there's a lot of men like me. You could see the modern woman. I don't have time for this. I don't have a second for this. And that's why when you have self-respect, when you're worthy, you will go through the period, not that you're actually alone, right? It was a big part of yesterday's lesson, but you have respect. You're not gonna deal with these things, right? All the stuff of the modern society. Right? So we're going to focus on unconditional love. And when you finally get unconditional love, then that nervous system, again, it's a micro and the macro. It is connected. So it's happening all at once. The nervous system goes quiet. The nervous system is calibrated towards love and unconditional love, right? How to live, how to connect to others. You were programmed in your subconscious by the TV and other people. How to live your life. You need to live this way. You will have nosy people. You ever see nosy people? Some people call them monitoring spirits, right? Do you see these things? And they don't really care about you. They just want to, check out what you're doing and try to veer you off. I've shared this many times. The divine feminine will always be under attack. Let's protect our women and other divine feminine. Remember, they will always try to put fear in the divine feminine so that she runs away all the time. These are known as monitoring spirits. So when you know these things, where does the fear go and the anxiety? It's hitting the guts, hitting the solar plexus. So everything is a vibrational frequency where you are disconnecting from the crowd. I've shared this many times. Brother, you can never, if you see the girl over there and she's with her friends and they got to take all the pictures for their Instagram and all, she belongs to the matrix, buddy. Stay away from that, right? You got to get the girl reading her book, stays away. Strong women are able to stand alone and they're intelligent enough. They're not manipulated, right? You're going to have a woman that thinks for herself. Let us rise up the divine feminine today with the violet flame in the chat. And this is just the truth. It's just the truth. And if you are the divine feminine that is struggling with this, and you're not a bad person, but you're building walls, protecting yourself, you have to know these things. Otherwise, you will constantly go on that loop. I'm going to protect myself. You actually, and I've seen this for everyone. You're going to protect yourself for going for something that's weak, not something that's strong. Get the lions in the chat. Got to be strong today. Got to rise up today. And you have to become, if you're truthfully going to create a new life, everything, you have to be the warrior. You must be this term called non-negotiable. In anything in my life, I see there's all these things out there, right? And maybe I could get more views and make more money. Ooh, baby. And I'm non-negotiable with my mission from God. Hit the like button for that. I appreciate that. I could get more views pumping the fear. A lot of us see this. We've done full video. As we are in this very important moment in the history of humanity, you're going to see the losers. I don't care how big of a platform they have. I don't care, or they have all the, because that's society. They're driven towards through the reticular activating system in the brain. And it's part of nature. We are wired from the caveman days to look out for fear. So people go on the internet and they say, ooh, I could take advantage of people. I see the clowns out there. I don't care. I don't care about the money. I rather make sure that my head hits the pillow at night, and at a future time, maybe the right people will actually share this. I don't care. I will never sell myself. I will be non-negotiable. It's a very powerful thing. I don't care how many millions of fake women show up in my life. It is no. There could be 1 million people. I go for my heart and what my heart needs for my soul's growth. Okay? So when you are, I'm going to save that for the end of the lesson today. There are things that you have to focus on, and that's going to be personal growth and value. Does a girl bring you value, or is it just transactional? Does the man bring you value? Not value. The modern woman in the United States, how you doing? Because you could steal half his pension. Oh, he's exposing us. Too bad, Jezebel. Your time is up. What is the true value that the man, the true value that man makes you become the divine feminine? You're rising up today. The crowns are rising up today. This is, and that's that yellow, that solar plexus is finally dismantled. There's total chaos out there. So it's true value today. Do you get true value from this channel? Click subscribe. True value. All right. So there's total chaos. I've lived through total chaos. So now I'm going to get into signs. So we broke down in the first part of this message the inner bodily changes that you're feeling. And the main thing is your solar plexus. You're going to feel the base, that's survival, the root pain in the lower spine. If you are a man, it's a good idea. Stay retained at this time. And again, your sex drive, which is the creative energy, the beautiful oranges, going to be through the roof. None of these things feel good, but allow the spiritual alchemy to happen. Allow it to go through the body, okay? And that's why we're focused on solar plexus, sacral, and root, the base, foundation right now. The base, the foundation right now. That's the importance that we need, the power that we have, okay? And when you deal with solar and sacral, that's the yellows and your oranges, and we've been focused on these energies in the past few days. That is your self-worth. That is your self-worth. And now, so you have this worthiness. You're going to feel, ugh, any person that disrespects you, ugh, and we could critique our own life. Maybe you have a behavior or maybe foods that you've been eating, right? I know people, I'm very focused on my diet. I forgot to see that. I remembered. I have to say something. I'm very focused on my diet, but I do know people when they feel down, they go for the Haagen-Dazs ice cream. They go for all these things. So if you have self-worth, right? You don't go for these foods that are actually going to make the solar plexus even worse. So the amount of pressure, before I get into the science, what did I do? The amount of pressure that I felt yesterday, I was called to take out all carbs. So I've shared this before. Sometimes it's grounding to have potatoes and sourdough bread. Those are the things that I would eat. Kind of like levels you off when the energies are intense. This is a time period where the digestion is like, it's very rough right now. So in order to fit everything down, I cut out all carbs. Maybe you're called to do that as well. That was what I was called to do for right now. And then we move forward through the shift. Okay. So the chaos signs. So, in the past couple of days, I share about my wellness journey, and I have a tremendous gym family, and and it's a good thing that's coming today. When I get there today, it's going to be like Christmas. In the past couple of days, they were getting all new equipment, and there's a process that's going on, and some of the old equipment is getting thrown out. And there's missing things, and everything's all over the plate, and things are being moved around. And then yesterday there was more stuff that's being thrown out. And then as that's happening, new stuff is being brought in. But there's this yellow tape around the new equipment. Yellow tape, right? And yellow tape around the equipment. You can't use it yet. They're setting it up still. So number one, it's forcing us to do other things. I was forced to do different activities. Anyone that trains, when you do different things, you will actually feel it, and you'll get sore in places that you haven't been sore in a long time. It forces us to change up. And this is a literal showing us that we're going towards better times. There's better stuff. But in order to do this, all of the gym equipment has to get thrown out. And there's a process, and there's a segue, and you feel uncomfortable, and I can't do what I normally do, right? Maybe you can't eat what you normally eat. And so I'm seeing all the gym equipment, all these things. I know there's going to be a tremendous finish line where I'm going to have all this new, beautiful equipment that I can use, but it's very uncomfortable for a period of time. This is literally showing us, right? The outer world is now shifting. So I'm literally living through this. In the past couple days, all right? So, but as I shared with some of my buddies, this is going to be much better. So we have to go through this in our lives. This is an example. There's a little chaos. Everything's stirred up. It throws me off, right? There was a little side room, that I usually don't use. And I see a friend that watches the channel. I'm like, this is too much chaos. And if you're an empath, you start going like this, right? Right, like a lot of people are like me. I can't deal with all that chaos. It throws me off. So I'm very focused. I know what to do. When it's all over the place like that, it's too much. And sometimes you have to go off to the side. I'm going to go in this quiet area over here, right? Sometimes we have to go to the quiet area and not the place where there's all chaos. So in the world right now, you're going to, hey, this community, this channel, both here and on Facebook, can be your quiet area. Don't go out there and all the chaos, all the gloom and doom, spooky. And they'll get it's the popular thing to watch. Nah, but it's not good for your frequency. Got to get up today. Right? So sometimes we got to realize our nervous system's got to be in the quiet area. Right? Our nervous system has to be in the quiet area. So I that's what I did yesterday. I went in the quiet area. It's too much for me. I can't deal with that stuff. All right. And it's rare. It's rare. It's rare that people are going to understand you, right? And I know this, right? So certain friends don't understand you. It's difficult to connect with someone because she has to understand you, or he has to understand you, and to make that connection. Right? Because you're not part of this modern world with all the chaos, all the drama. There's an addiction to drama on social media. Put an end to it today. Disconnect to it today. That drama is going to lower your frequency. And I see it. I see these people got to talk about that person and this and that and the other thing. They get all the views that go back and forth. I don't partake in it, you know. And if you do this, again, it's going to be quieter. You might not be popular, but as I've shared a long time ago, I was outside on the front line. I said, we don't come out here to be popular. We come out here to be authentic. Still here, right? So that's where if you're too drawn into the matrix, that drive to be popular, and there are people that are addicted to social media. You got to get likes on your photoshopped picture. If you're getting triggered by this, you're going to do better this year. None of these things matter. I even see this with people in the gym. Right? Your mission is for health and wellness. My mission is getting healthier and healthier and healthier. I see a lot of, people, and, it becomes an addiction. They got to take things, and they're actually destroying their body, and they're not making it better. Right? So as we move forward, we got to get rid of the ego. We got to go to the spirit and strength, and then we change. So yesterday I had a literal, after I'm seeing all the stuff in the gym, I'm ready to head to the beach for the evening. And what I experienced, I said, this is not real. This is not real. I still don't understand. I didn't see, I don't know what happened, and it doesn't make sense. And I could sit here today, and hopefully this thing allows you to realize there are things that are happening that just don't make sense. And that is the signal that the timeline just shifted. All right. So the area here is for the most part very quiet. There's not a lot of traffic. And I approach a light, and I hear the police sirens and all these sirens going, and they go. And then I'm driving, and no one can move. There's traffic here. And then I put on the GPS to try to navigate a little bit around. And I could see, and there's traffic. And then there's all one lane. I'm going, and there's traffic. And there's traffic on both sides. All lights and sirens. All the traffic trying to move forward. And then you get past it all. And there's nothing. The amount of, everyone was just sitting around, and like the only time that you would get that is like maybe on a major holiday or something like that. I could sit here today. There was nothing. It just don't understand it. Afterwards, usually you would see a lot of people, you go into a void. And then it was just like, I was thinking maybe there's going to be a lot of, people, and there's not going to be any spots. It was all open. There was no one there. There was no one there. I don't understand it. And maybe you experienced something. I said, and I felt it, and all the traffic. I don't know where all these people came from. I don't understand where all the traffic came from, and there was nothing there. And I saw the sirens, and there was nothing. And and then it wasn't like a big crowd on the other side. It was just nothing. It was actually more empty. It was actually more of a void. So maybe in the past 48 hours, or maybe you're about to experience it, you could come back and leave a comment. You're experiencing a weird. I don't understand. Things that don't make sense. So in your life, when you go, this is actual quantum shifting that we're doing in the now moment. You know your point of homeostasis. How does your body naturally feel, react, operate? If you feel it's very different, that is what you're looking for. You know the ins and outs, okay? Especially if you're in an area, obviously if you travel to a new area, but you don't know the ins and outs of your town, your surroundings, right? Places and things that you go to on a daily basis, not at one, then you don't know, right? And to see all these things, it's all this chaos, the chaos in all the stuff is this I can't believe all this stuff. And then you get like panic. I joke around with my buddy. He comes into, he's a trainer. He's got to train. I said, I get trauma. He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, I got a plan for these clients. And you just got to go, you got to go through it. And you got to go through it. And in this void, anytime, this is where you become non-negotiable. If a distraction tries to pop up, you say no real fast. You're non-negotiable right now. This is where you have to be the lion. You have to be non-negotiable. Distraction, no. Get out of the way. Everyone's got to get out of the way. You're locked and you're loaded, because I told you, and I shared this again last night, we are crossing the bridge of incidents. This is actually happening. When you see this stuff and it doesn't make sense, it's all chaos in the timeline. People think situations. This is known as the bridge of incidents. All of these incidents that I experienced in the past 48 hours, I have no clue what doesn't make sense. Curled up in the fetal position, right? I told you you're going to be curled up in the fetal position. Doesn't make any sense. Why is this happening? Why is my stomach feeling this way? Why do I have all these aches and pains? Because this is a total shift. This is the most massive timeline shift of our lives. And if you're on this message today and you're doing this work, some people don't want to do there's actual things we have to do, okay? And there's people that will totally allow this to pass them. We discussed this in a recent talk. If you got on here today, and again, there's no right or wrong to taking your first step. We all have to take our first step, right? There's no right or wrong to this. But the wrong is when you ignore it. The wrong is when you ignore that gut. Don't ignore your gut. Don't ignore your heart. You must move forward. And you must move forward through the chaos. It's not going to be on a silver platter. It's never on a silver platter. Your heart will guide you. The gut warns you, and we were blasted with warning so many years. It's always the end result. What is the end result for today's lesson? What is this bringing us? So when it comes to finances and assets, right? So when you're building wealth, also building love could be a relationship. The finances and assets that you are now building is not for the ego and stuff. It's for your personal growth and value that you bring to the world, right? So if this video is bringing value and then 1 million people watch it, it's the positive feedback loop, okay? That's why I appreciate when you click like. It helps me, okay? The love, it's not a transactional relationship. That man brings real, actual value to your everyday life. That girl inspires you to build, right? And that's why, the divine masculine is a builder. And you're utilizing that sacral to give birth to your ideas. And you must be motivated, not drained. You don't need anything that's going to drain you or distract you. And you know this. You have to become non-negotiable, fellas. I don't allow anyone. I'm not. And again, there's all these different types of distractions, right? And you're going to be driven for that, for the people in your life that are going to bring value. Who is going to make you the best person? And this is what a lot of a modern, okay, you could all line up in the gym or on the beach, or let me flip over, look at my backside, look at this. You're all the same. Oh, but mine is a little bit bigger. Oh, no, none of that matters. None of that matters. What are you bringing to the soul? Someone's got to hit the like button today. Someone's got to wake up today. None of these things matter. That's why you only The weak men that go for lust. And then they say, fellow, oh, I can't control him. I don't understand. You're just a clown. You're just an NPC clown. We don't need this no more. I don't need nothing no more. And along with that, I'm also not a charity. I don't need to take in. I don't need that. I need only the people, and that goes for friends. I don't need fake friends. People are going to say, they're going to talk to you. They're going to say, oh, they're just asking. Got to watch out for the monitoring spirits. No, I need friends like the men that, oh, they inspire me. Here I go, right? I talk to some of these men in the gym, right? And you inspire me, right? And I inspire you here, and we're moving forward, right? And then I only have the girl that inspires me. I don't waste my time. And it's difficult. It's difficult. That's why it's all frequency. That's why I shared this in yesterday's lesson. The truthful aloneness is not that you're literally alone. It's because you just, and you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this food. I can't do it no more. This people. They make you feel like physically unwell. You feel literally ill. Get away from me. Do you feel that? Again, you're not saying this from a negative place, but your body is a tuning fork. I always know. I know who is for me. I know who's not for me. If you want to tap into this, you can click subscribe. The spiritual sense is called clairsentience. And the best way to tap into your spiritual senses is by detoxification of the body. That's what I do on my journey. I'm here to inspire other men. I'm here to lead the divine feminine. And this channel is for conscious creators, for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We are moving forward with our everyday lives. This is a massive shift that's happening. Do you feel this intensity? Are you experiencing these weird and strange signs? You could leave comments down below. I'm so grateful for the community. And if it resonated with you, if you take anything from it, you could click like and click subscribe. If you've never clicked subscribe, I appreciate that. And you will get a daily notification, 9 a.m. Eastern time, for a video that will help you become the greatest version of yourself. We do this on Facebook all day long. I pump out content. There is no off season for Our Everyday Lives. I know the NFL has a off season. There is no off season for Ascension, so I'm here every day and for years and years to come. So if today's your first day, it is just day one. Is this one day or is this day one? That was a very powerful. I suggest everyone watch that if you haven't watched it. This is your day one. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's your day one. So everything is being dismantled. Know that there's a lot of pains in the stomach, in the digestion, right? I'm feeling it. Others are feeling it. Leave comments because it's going to assist others on their everyday life journey as well. And I'm grateful for all the support, the sharing, and getting the words out. And again, it's your life. If you choose to go towards drama, that's your prerogative. If you choose to go towards unconditional love, you're gonna have a great year ahead, a great year. So I appreciate that, Robert. I appreciate all the support. Liking and sharing and all that stuff is the greatest. I appreciate it. Appreciate you all. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, even if the whole world glitches. None of this is real. Just keep going, kid. That's all you got to do. I love you guys. Bye for now.